Greetings, salutations, respect, and love. I am Scott. Welcome to the Prog Corner. Welcome to the year-end content. The second installment is today. Yesterday we did Song of the Year. Basically, any song under 15 minutes was eligible. Today, it's Epic of the Year. And nothing emblemizes or epitomizes prog rock more than the long-form song. And I am utilizing the Chris Squire rule. He was once asked what constitutes an epic. He said 15 minutes or longer. Obviously, he was protecting his precious Awaken to be involved in that list, but I'm going with it. It's good enough for me. This year we had quite a few that just didn't quite hit the requirements. I'm going to go over those real quick. The first one that comes to mind is Mirror to the Sky, the title track from the new Yes album. It's only 14 minutes long, man. It doesn't count. Merry-Go-Round by Kite Parade, the final track off Retro. It's only 14 and a half minutes long. It doesn't count, so we're not including that. I Am the Manic Whale had two quasi-epics on their latest album. Nautilus clocked in at just under 14 minutes, and we interrupt this broadcast at 14 and a half. Both great songs. And the new Lalu album has an epic, Amnesia 1916. Well, it's a quasi-epic. It's like 14 and a half minutes long. And then, what do I do about all the big train stuff? They just put out ingenious devices, re-recorded versions of some of their epics. East Coast Racer clocks in at 15:46, but I'm not including it just because it's not a new song. And a live version of Voyager with the new lineup, that only clocks in at 14 minutes. I might have included that if it hit 15, but it didn't. So there you go. I'm doing the top 25 epics of 2023 prog songs over 15 minutes long, and we're going to start right now at number 25, and we're going to Australia and Southern Empire's White Shadows, 19 and a half minute track, easily the best thing off their third album, Another World. They've got a new singer here. The first two albums I thought were a little more proggy. This is a little more straightforward AOR stuff, but the epic is awesome. I love Southern Empire at number 24. Let's go to Texas. Austin, Texas, to be exact, and 13 of Everything. They put out an epic called Count All the Days, 16 and a half minutes long, off their new album, Time and Other Delusions. Real cool band, symphonic with a lot of different influences. Very cool. 13 of Everything. Big fan. I love those guys. At number 23, we're going to Moscow and the Aton 5. Their second album, also just called Aton 5, closed with a 22-minute epic called Leave. Really great stuff. Instrumental, very cool, kind of jazz, kind of symphonic. They go through a lot of weird stuff here, but I dig them. Real cool. Aton 5 at number 22. Oh man, we're going back to Australia here with Unitopia's Helen, 19 minutes and 14 seconds long, about a doctor, which makes sense because they got a doctor in the band. This song came off of the Great Seven Chambers album, which we will be looking into a little bit more because they've got a second epic on this album that I liked even better than Helen. At number 21, we're going to Finland and Telepathic Minds from Overhead. This is their sixth album. This is the title track, clocks in at like 17 minutes long. This is a double album. Telepathic Minds, really cool. Kind of heavy stuff, but at times totally reminded me of Jethro Tull with that flute and everything. Very cool stuff. At number 20, it's the Emerald Dawn and Out of Time. Brand new album just came out called In Time, and there's 3 long tracks, kind of like their last album. They really do like the long, languid, kind of aquatic sounding Very strange band, but I really do love them. They take their time to get where they're going. A whole lot of fun. Big fan of that band. And this track is 23 minutes long. Starts off their new album. Really, really great. At number 19, we're going to Norway. Lars Fredrik Frøsli and Naturens Cathedral clocks in at 16 and a half minutes long. And just like Unitopia, we're going to be delving back into this because there were two epics on Fire Foretellinger. The great solo album by Lars, the keyboard player from Wobbler. Just awesome stuff. He sings in Norwegian. It's just amazing. He plays all the instruments. We're going to talk more about another epic off that album that's even better. At number 18, we're going to Poland by way of the Ukraine and Carthagen's Birds of Passage and the Enchanted Forest. Off of Passage to the Forest of Mysterious. And bad grammar aside, this is a really cool record, although it's kind of updating some older stuff. Birds of Passage was an older album by Carthagen. This is fantastic stuff, and if it wasn't like reworking some older material, it certainly would have been higher on the list. Big fan of Anthony Kalugian, just fantastic. We will be talking more about him in a little bit because he's got another band that had a real great record out with an epic on it at number 17. It's the return of Glasshammer and the return of Daedalus, almost 17 minutes long. This song closes out their new space-themed album, Arise. Really cool album. I love Glasshammer. They're kind of doing some different things, man. They used to just be slotted in the, symphonic prog, yes, clone kind of category. But their last four albums have been anything but. Hannah Pryor's vocals, just dynamite. Fred and Steve, I love you guys down in there in Chattanooga, Tennessee, just doing your thing. And the Return of Daedalus is a great, great track. At number 16, we're going to North Carolina, and we're doing a heavy one from a band called No Spoon. And Within the Realm of Possibility clocks in at over 15 minutes long, so it's an epic. And I dig this record, man. These guys throw everything in the kitchen sink into their prog metal stew. People talk about, Haken and Dream Theater as being good reference points here. I'm hearing more Native Construct, bands like that, but I'm really loving it. There's no physical release available. This is all just on digital, but they're fixing that. They're putting CDs out, and I think there'll be vinyl on it. The album's called Opus, and it's highly recommended if you like prog metal. Check out No Spoon. Just fantastic. At number 15, yes, we're going back down to Australia and the United Progressive Fraternity with the epic Being of Equal. This is a 20-minute track off their new album, Planetary Overload Part 2, Hope. Just a fantastic record, a great, great band. Mark Truiak bringing in all his friends. There's a million people on this album, and it's just really fun. Kind of sometimes sounds like world music, sometimes sounds, a little new agey, but I love United Progressive Fraternity. Fantastic stuff. At number 14, man, we're going to Italy and Tri-Top with The Secret Law of Retribution. This thing clocks in at almost 24 minutes long. It closes out their debut album, The Rise of Cassandra. What a great record. What a cool record. These guys are Italian, but they sing in English. It's a little heavier, but it's heavy prog with a bunch of symphonic in there, almost kind of making me think of the Neil Morse Band sometimes. Real cool stuff. Looking forward to album number 2 from Tri-Top, that is for sure. At number 13, here's one a lot of people were asking about. Why didn't this make Song of the Year? Well, because it's 18 minutes long, man. It's Starlifter. Fearless Part 2 from Crownlands, Canada's amazing two-piece band that ape Rush better than Rush did. I mean, it's just crazy. And you watch the live videos of Crownlands. How do two dudes do all that, man? It doesn't make any sense at all. And Starlifter is the best song they've ever done. It's really, really cool. I really like the album. Great band, great epic. At number 12, let's stay in Canada with Mystery. And the final track off their 8th album, Redemption. The song is called Is This How It Ends? 19-minute track. Great hook. Great compositionally put together in such a way where you've actually got a beginning and a middle and an end. exposition section is great. Just a really cool song, really well put together. I love Mystery, fantastic stuff. At number 11, gonna cheat just a little bit here. I'm going with Just Say Goodbye parts 4 and 5 by Ice Age. Yeah, part 1's like 2.5 minutes long, or that's part 4 actually. The earlier parts were on earlier albums. They like to do that. Continue songs off various albums. I love that about them. So part 4 is like a 2.5 minute, like real gentle ballad with piano that is absolutely gorgeous. What a melody. And then part 5 is like 15 minutes long and just gets into the usual Ice Age. Let's just go crazy and prog out, man. Waves of Loss and Power is the album. Ice Age is the band. And that's what I got at number 11. Now we're into the top 10, boys and girls. And as I said earlier, we were going to go back into the Anthony Collusion well, and we're doing Lifeline by Sunchild. Oh yeah, this is a great song, great album, Exotic Creatures in a Stolen Dream. This song clocks in at 26.5 minutes long and is just incredible. I always kind of preferred Carphagen over Sunchild, but this latest Sunchild album is kind of making me rethink that. It's just amazing. At number 9, let's go to the Netherlands and Hackberry and the lead-off track off their third album, Breathing Space. It's called Lunares. It's almost 16 minutes long, and I have been absolutely loving this band. Apparently, Breathing Space is their third album. I haven't heard the first 2, but a lot of you guys have been telling me I need to check out their debut. People saying it's even better than this one. Yeah, I really, really do enjoy it. It's instrumental. This band goes through a lot of changes. All the songs on Breathing Space are great, but the lead-off track is just my favorite. And at number 8, I promised we'd be going back to Australia with Unitopia, and here we are, The Uncertain. I love this song, 18.5 minutes long. Helen and The Uncertain close out 7 Chambers, so it ends with 2 epics. Real cool, real smart. I love it when bands do that. The Uncertain is just incredible. It's kind of Stephen Unruh's big compositional piece for 7 Chambers. Unitopia, we're going to talk a little bit about them next week when we do Album of the Year. Something tells me 7 Chambers will probably make an appearance at number 7. It's the Comedy of Errors and Summer Lies Beyond, the lead-off track from their new album, Threnergy for a Dead Queen. Man, do I love Comedy of Errors. I say it every time I mention them, but I am just not a big neo-prog guy. I never have been. I like Marillion and 12th Night and IQ, the big names, but you go under the surface and you look at some of the B-tier bands, and some of them just don't cut the mustard. Comedy of Errors cuts the mustard, man. They are just amazing. Summer Lies Beyond, 15.5 minutes long. It takes its time to get going, but once it gets going, man, you're hooked. I love this band. Just great. At number 6, we're going to Atlanta, Georgia, and we talked about these guys yesterday in Song of the Year with the lead-off track on their new album, and it's The Great Wide Nothing with the final song on their album, a 20-minute epic called To Find the Light Part 2. This thing is just phenomenal, man. It goes through a lot of changes, from rousing anthemic sections that kind of make you think of like Arcade Fire or something, and then into more heavier stuff that makes you think of Rush. What a great band. I'm really excited about this band. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do next. Real cool discovery for me this year. At number 5, another one people were like, hey, how come Rider of Damadang isn't there? Well, yeah, it's Lars Fredrik Frøsli's second entry on this list. The first song on his debut solo album, Fire for Tellinger, and it is just amazing, man. This track would have fit in any Wobbler record and been one of the best songs on any Wobbler record. It's just incredible. What a great album. Yeah, just like, that other band we were talking about. Something tells me we'll probably be talking a little bit about Lars Fredrik Frøsli when it comes down to Album of the Year at number 4. How about a band out of the UK called Plank? They're kind of post-rocky, instrumental, maybe a little bit of psych in there, but I find plenty of symphonic goodness. Side one of their new album, Future of the Sea, is shorter tracks, and then side two is a 6-part, 16-minute track called Breaking Waves, broken up into 6 sections. It's cross-faded together. Is it one track? I don't know. They call it all one song, so I'm including it. And when it's this good, who cares, man? Plank, check them out. One of the cooler discoveries I made this year, and nobody's talking about them, so that's why we're talking about them. At number 3, it's the Chronicles of Father Robin, boys and girls, in Twilight Fields, off the Songs and Tales of Aoria. This was on book 1, which came out last month. Book 2 comes out this month, and then I think Charisma's going to put out book 3 later. But all 3 Chronicles of Father Robin records are just amazing, and Twilight Fields is 15 and a half minutes of stop, start, go here, go there, do this, do that. So many different influences in one song. 30 years in the making, and Chronicles of Father Robin come up with a good one there, that's for sure. At number 2, it's Nosferatu by Scion. Oh, come on, man. You know, when I did the album review, I was kind of dissing the lyrics on this. But I just love it, man. Pictures from the Other Side is the album. It's a remake of Scion's second album from back in the 90s. So Robert Reed and his new crew redid it with the great Peter Jones on vocals, Luke Machin on guitar. Just an all-star lineup. Just incredible. And Nosferatu at almost 18 minutes long. Keeps my interest. Even with some of the questionable lyrics in the first half of the song, they right the ship in the second half. The lyrics actually get really, really good. The music's great all the way through. Highly recommended. I love this track. Nosferatu at number 2. But here we go, boys and girls. The number 1 epic of 2023. And if you've been paying any attention to this channel, you know what's number 1. It's Teen Angel Meets the Apocalypse by Moon Safari off their brand new album, Himmelbacken Volume 2, which actually comes out Friday. So I know a lot of you haven't heard this song yet. Oh man, just wait until you hear this song. Just wait. 21 minutes of absolute prog perfection. There's not a single note out of place. There's not a single lyric I would change. There's not one decision that I would make differently than the boys in Moon Safari. They knocked it out of the park with this. My good friend Nathan on Shuffle reviewed this album this morning, and he said that this was like probably the best epic he's heard in like 3 or 4 years. I concur. I absolutely agree. There is no argument with me on that one, Nathan. You got that one right. And Teen Angel Meets the Apocalypse. 21 minutes of greatness. My number 1 epic of 2023. Now tomorrow, boys and girls, we're going to be doing MVP, Most Valuable Progger. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then Sunday on the Sunday Prog stream, 1 o'clock Eastern, we are doing King Crimson. Why are they so great? I think I'm going to call it something like that in the title. We'll see. I'm still working on the thumbnail. And then Monday, the big one, man. Album of the year. That's going to be Monday. I'm really excited. So anyway, you guys have a great one. I will see you tomorrow. Peace in the Middle East. Free Tibet, and God save the king. Save King Chucky. Save King Chucky! Oh, he needs your saving. That son of a gun needs your saving right now. Save him! Save that Chucky! I'll see you tomorrow, punks. Peace.